What's up, everybody? My name's Tom, and welcome back to I Have Issues here on Something for Every Nerd. I am so excited to be back, guys. I'm excited to talk about comic books again. Now, you guys might be wondering where I've been the last 3 or 4 months. I forget. I lost track. That happens. You're probably wondering where I've been, and it's actually because I moved. I'm in my own house now. I'm not living with my parents. And getting everything in, getting the shelves put away, get everything in the house set up, figuring out how to arrange the camera and the lights and everything, and how it was all going to be set up was a bit of a hassle, but we got there, it's ready, and I am back to talk about comic books and the many issues I have with them, whether general complaints, little nitpicks, or infuriating pieces of media. But we better start this right. Give me a sec. Welcome to I Have Issues, a comic book show where I talk about comic book related subjects that piss me off or annoy me to some degree. Now today, guys, we're going to be talking about something I've been wanting to talk about for a while. 3 or 4 months, as a matter of fact. So let's get right into it with Ghost Rider.
Now, I'm not sure how many of you are familiar with Ghost Rider, so let me explain real quick. Ghost Rider is a Marvel character that traditionally comes about because some poor soul made a deal with the devil. Then a demon is bound to their souls and they gain superpowers. Now, keep in mind that there is a bit more to that. I won't get into the spirit of vengeance or the Rider's true origins, but the info is out there if you're curious. Anyway, the Rider most people have probably heard about is Johnny Blaze, a carnival cyclist turned demon-possessed superhero. And while Johnny seems cool, he's not who I'm here to talk about today. Instead, I want to talk about the newest Ghost Rider at the time of writing this, Robbie Reyes. Now, Robbie's a bit different from past Ghost Riders. For one, he rides around in a car instead of on a motorcycle, and yes, that does count. Just because he's in a car doesn't somehow negate the fact that he's a Ghost Rider, no matter what other people say. In addition to the car, his powers are also coming from a different source. See, Robbie died in the car he drives around in, and as he faded away, the spirit of a murderous Satan worshipper attached himself to Robbie's soul and kept him alive. At least, that's how I understood it. This spirit, named Eli, grants Robbie Ghost Rider powers. The drawback is that Eli is constantly whispering in Robbie's ear to be more violent, to kill more, and basically do what Eli did while he was alive. Robbie initially refused, but after Eli tried to hurt his little brother, Robbie offered Eli a deal. He'd gladly kill and satisfy Eli's bloodlust, but only if he had Robbie go after the worst people they could find, people like Eli. He agrees, and the two start to go out as the new Ghost Rider. Now, I summarized a lot there, like always, but even with that basic summary, you get the idea, and I hope we can agree that keeping the story going shouldn't be too hard. Have Robbie fight worse and worse people, constantly being beaten down by the horrors he keeps seeing, and all the while Eli keeps tempting him, just to go a little farther to stop evil each time, and that could create some interesting conflict to continue your narrative. Like I said, not hard, right? Well, then why does Marvel keep fucking it up? After that initial run, Robbie didn't have a book until 2017, 3 years after the initial book, and it sucked. They decided to bring him back in 4 on the Floor, a sort of tradition in Marvel Comics when certain heroes from the Ghost Rider, X-Men, Hulk, and Spider-Man books team up. And he did next to nothing. It was labeled a Ghost Rider book. Robbie should have featured heavily while working with the other 3 characters, but he had next to no interactions with any of them until the very end, and even then the story sucked. I won't go into full detail in this episode because 4 on the Floor deserves its own episode at this point, but Robbie's only contribution was to come in at the very end of the book, kill the monster the other 3 were fighting with one big attack, and reveal that the more he used his Ghost Rider powers, the more he'd change. Essentially, his Ghost Rider form would get more and more powerful and more dangerous. I think it was a setup that Eli's spirit was getting stronger and would eventually become a threat to Robbie again, but that never happened in my knowledge because it's 2019 and Robbie still doesn't have his own series. He appears in a team book as a member of the Avengers of all things, but other than that, he's really doing nothing. This shouldn't be a hard series to keep going. Yeah, it would probably get really dark really fast, but there's a way to do that right, and if you do it right, you can get a good series out of it. But I guess Marvel doesn't see any point in trying, because from what I found while researching this video, it looks like Robbie might not be around much longer, since one of the upcoming issues of the Avengers book is going to revolve around him losing his powers. So if they actually go through with that, I guess Robbie will be done. Keep in mind, it could just be a bait and switch and he'll actually stick around, but given Marvel's history with the character, I could see them just as easily retiring Robbie and letting Ghost Rider go to waste. It's a shame, really, because there's potential with the concept and the characters, but I honestly wouldn't have a lot of faith in Marvel to write the series anyway at this point.
And that's it for me, guys. Thank you so much for coming back to the series. I hope I can still make good things for you guys to watch and enjoy. I already know what my next 1 or 2 videos are going to be about. I just got to make time to write and film them. But I'm looking forward to sharing them with you, and I hope you guys will come back. So thank you guys so much for watching the video. I hope you have yourselves a fantastic day, and I will see you all next time.